replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the yellow Mongols. We have LucifroNN. And getting stuck there by the sheep. Spawn on top left side as the pink Mongols. We have Altria. I do not have the con charging straight to the center. We'll spot this con there. Yellow does claim the sheep over there. He's going to lead him to glory, not his opponent. And looks like both sides are going down similar pathing there, so they're going to split on off and go their separate ways to gather the sheep. Pink does have these two deer deposits near, pretty close to each other, so Pink should really eye this deer. Yellow deer is pretty far away from each other. We do also got a trade station over here, so yellow should perhaps eye expansion over this direction here, which will also help him scare up some more stone later on for an ovo, gold, and more deer. There's actually a lot of gold here, so yellow should perhaps eye expand down here. Pink should perhaps eye expanding over here to grab the deer. Oh, and look at yellow's build order. I'm slowing down a minute because I see two pastures now. I see a lot of villagers on sheep. Pink's going for more of a balanced order. It's something I've been figuring out myself. Going for two villagers on gold gives you enough gold income so you can age up properly, but yellow, he's eyeing for a spearman rush. The gold's over here. The Khan does spot this, so he should be able to lock down this region with a tower rush. I'm guessing he's going to go for a tower rush. Let's go and fast forward once again. We now have the silver tree been pulled on the field. The silver tree is the trade landmark. Villagers advancing on forward. We do all got these two spearmen advancing forward as well. So it's going to be a late feudal for yellow. Khan does spot the villagers there. His arrow bow does 2 damage per hit, so he can withstand some abuse there. Going for a tower here. That's not exactly a great tower, honestly. That tower should be cancelled. But Spearmen are going to push on forward and I'm going to try to torch down some of this stuff. We do have a pasture here. Feudal Age is not complete. And we'll now start torching down the Ovo. The Ovo has 1500 health. That has a lot of health. If he wants to get raid, he may want to go for the pasture first. But we do have now 4 Spearmen here. Torch damage pretty much the same for each person. Or each unit that can throw torches. A couple Spearmen being pulled on back to hit the Khan. And now do got a pink archer deployed on the field. Do also got pinks moving a silver tree over here, but that is the wrong spot. Does pink not know about the placement of that trade station, or he's going to put it close by? He does not know about it. So he's guessed wrong, though he has a good amount of vision spot on the left side, so he should know a general location. Does spot it there now. That's the wrong button. There's the right button. Spearman now getting some good hits there onto the Khan. The Khan, of course, now veteran, so he's able to get off some fire off his bow while moving. I think there's 3 Spearmen in here, which will be a good hard point to help lock down this region. Eventually, this tower should be able to spot this region, but now a pair of archers advancing forward, finds a good volley there onto the Spearman. The Spearman's getting picked down. It does get taken out there now. It does actually spot it, so you can place it close by. He can pull out another market, per se, right around here. That's a relatively safe spot there. Go about half map distance in order to get some good trade there. Yellow's not going for a tower over here. Khan's pushing with forward, does throw out a scouting eagle there. And now we do have the market here. That's a decent distance. He may want to pull out a gear over here and start collecting this wood to get more of a straight path. Now we finally got the feudal age for the yellow Mongols, getting out some, got the deer stone, which does help with very, very marginally small collection. It does have 5 villagers here onto this tower, next to this tower there, so it should provide some good defense. Now I do got a pair of Magadai deployed on the field. Magadai are an excellent anti-villager unit. The high mobility makes them perfect, but does get spotted nice and early. But even just keeping the forces camped right there can be quite nice. But of course, without a Khan nearby for scouting, it'd be a bit hard to predict where you should be setting on up. You may not know about the tower earlier. But the Khan may have spotted it earlier. This is going to take time to fire some arrows there at the Khan. And now got a pair of horsemen charging forward as well. He will not get that villager. He will get it now. He will lose the Khan. And the town center is now packed on up and redeploying next to the lumber. You now got multiple pairs of horsemen pushing on forward. This town center needs to be deployed on out. He will see some stabs there. There's 14 villagers there, so not every villager can get inside the town center. And speaking of not getting inside, the tower does get some good damage. It does take out Magadai in return, and the other Magadai is severely wounded. Yeah, those horsemen getting some good damage there on the Khan. We've got these horsemen here, and thanks to the fact there's a nearby tower here, it does get the Yam network to rapidly reposition around. And it is stretching around quite a bit. Exotic Doggo does get some bites there on these horsemen. And actually redeploying his primary town center, trying to pull it closer to the gold. Redeploys it out in order to get these villagers inside. And he will lose this villager there. Horsemen do have 2 apparent pierce armor, so can sustain a bit of abuse from the town center. But not a whole lot. He may have spotted that trade there. Now Silver Tree is not deploying anything else at the moment. Does get a good amount of gold in there, and Yellow's now pushing forward with another. Oh, that's a stepward out. He maintains a small amount of gold income at the moment. Looks like Yellow's eyeing for a fast castle. Fresh Khan is now pulled out for Yellow. Looks like Pink lost his own Khan as well somewhere, going for some Magadai and more archers as well. And now he does have this neutral market trade post camped. Does not see this that trader there. Remember, horsemen don't exactly have the greatest vision. Khan's now pushing his way forward. He's going to be collecting some of these sheep at long distance. You now have the veteran spearman research for Pink, very nice, and decides not to go into those villagers. So they were pretty exposed. He probably could have got one. Stepward out now, push way forward, setting him up, so gather up all this nearby gold and increase 50% drop off rate. And there goes that Mangadai. You now have these traders going by. He will be passing through the primary town center. Does have a tower here for the Yam network as well. These horsemen now patrolling around. Maybe he'll find these traders this time. You'll probably definitely spot the silver tree now. Should be in vision range. And over here we do got a big wave of spearmen and archers here. Harden Khan pushing way forward, trying to get some good engagement. Does throw out a mobility arrow right there. While I'm trying to hunt down these forces, now got a pair of lancers on the field. There's some spearmen here. Does use the defense arrow there as well, trying to resist all the damage he receives. While the spearmen are starting to go down, the lancers still quite healthy. The horsemen are receiving a bit of fire. And now one of the horsemen do go down, the other horseman does go down. The lancers now pushing forward. They do have 5 pierce armor. The archers currently have 5 damage. So going for more pierce armor wouldn't hurt. A bit too much force here. The lancers and the Khan does fall back. Still has this nearby outpost here for the Yam network. Oh, and looks like these traders are trading in that very short distance, the income for that should be pathetically small. And he doesn't realize it just yet as well. You have another outpost being deployed on Alt. He does get it killed off. He maybe retest them right there in order to prevent them from going through this area. This area is not very well secure. He will need to make a hole here. Kratos now going around the far way around. He may want to get the other market more up north. It'll shorten the link, but at least make it much safer. And now he's going for these traders now. These two traders will go down now. Spearman trying to respond to this. And I do have these Lancers trying to push them forward as well. These Lancers are trying to re-engage those Spearmen. No additional traders being deployed on Alt. Down south, I'm not sure what was going on there. We now have these traders advancing over here. And we do have, looks like some of these sacred sites or just relics being claimed here. Lancers are pushing way forward. Does get some guys inside the town center now. Not enough room for all of them. Spearman's trying to engage these Keshiks or Lancers now. And they can withstand a lot of abuse from these archers, that's for sure. Gonna need a lot more Spearmen, more crossbowmen. Still in Castle Age, not got a feudal age just yet. Has plenty of gold right now. Perhaps gonna pass these gold miners off of gold and start collecting up these berries. Sacred site now been captured up by yellow as well. Lancers are pushing way forward. There's plenty of space in there in the town center. Does not get any of those village at the moment. Some of these Lancers are severely wounded. They don't receive any fire there. And Exotic Doggo's now trying to get some bites in. And looks like starting to retask is going for the Kurultai. The Kurultai is an excellent wonder. Great for both defense and offense. In fact, I find most usage with it on defense. Because your opponent tends to be a bit stubborn, attacking the same direction over and over again. 20% extra damage makes a massive difference. Plus extra health regen, even while in combat, can make a nice little difference as well. And if there's a bunch of little skirmishes that are going back and forth, the Kurultai can help keep you health healed up. Now we do have this monk receiving some arrows. Looks like the monk is affected by pierce armor upgrades. Or shaman, I should say. And this Khan will receive a lot of lances. Use a speed arrow there to escape on out. And Lancer will find some shots now. We got another oboe being deployed on out. Now yellow has claimed all sacred sites. We do now have feudal age for both players. We've got the Kurultai here with a large number of spearmen, very nice. Does finally try to clean up this tower now. Keshiks, the Lancers trying to push their way forward. And now the Kurultai's advancing forward, trying to provide the benefits there. Spearman gets some great damage there. Receives some charger damage in return. Those are the defense arrow there from the Khan. More reinforced spearmen. The tower is still firing away. Doesn't really matter what the archers hit. They'll do 1 damage each no matter what. Kurultai is now in the field, able to get some great damage there. And now a lot of these spearmen are being cleaned on up. Yellow does have the hardened spearmen now pop on out. And now we do have some men at arms as well. Spearmen would probably be a good option right now because his opponent is going for Lancers for the most part. Reinforcement's a good upgrade as well. Lancers now pushing way forward. We've got these spearmen over here. The Kurotai's in this position where it does provide some good radius. Do have a tower being pulled on now, trying to go for the Yam network. Got some archers here as well, which will be effective versus these spearmen as well. They do have bonus damage for spearmen. Now spearmen do turn around to get a good spear brace there on some of these lancers. Kurotai's been redeployed. Falling back a little bit never hurts, but he's a little bit vulnerable until that gets redeployed on out. Now do got a traction trebuchet being built on the front line. It looks like it does have the stone-based siege engineers. I wonder if anybody's actually ever used the siege tower. I suppose that's also been a joke as well, where you don't use it in Age of Empires 2 as well. Got defense arrow now pulled on out by the veteran Khan. And I think he does have the improved arrow upgrade as well, which makes his arrow last for 12 seconds, which is absurd in this duration. Yellow does have a very good number of archers as well to help hit those spearmen. Pink Howard does have a good defensive emplacement here of the Kurultai, but he simply does not have anything to engage traction trebuchets that are being pulled on the front line now. This outpost will go down. He does have some traders, and they do have a safe path now through going through the town center, so they can be very well maintained. Though his opponent could camp over there with a handful of horsemen. You don't even go for full lancers for that. Just a handful of horsemen or spearmen wouldn't hurt. This outpost upgraded spring golds, starting to go on down now. And now I do have the villagers finally push forward for the outpost for the Yam network. Looks like Pink has researched the Yam network as well. Horsemen now push away forward, trying to deal with these archers. Horsemen do bonus damage versus ranged. Is that what range or just range in general? Range in general, including say Magadai. Do now have the speed arrow being flooded out. Do not have the arrow being pulled up by Pink. Let's go for the defense arrow now. Pink's now forced to fall back. There's just far too many archers here. Pink needs to pull out some Magadai. Though Yellow can deploy out spring golds to the front line. Wait, Traction Trebuchet has level up mark as well, unlike the spring gold and the Magadai. Inconsistency. Got some more lancers of horsemen and spearmen advancing forward. Deploying more horse-based units for Pink would be a good idea. Well, lancers will have, of course, the additional armor, melee armor, which should be good against the opponent's current lancers. Right now, Pink doesn't have a whole lot of resources stockpiled up. He can deploy a handful of lancers, good number of horsemen, mostly just as food at the moment. And now the Kurultai seems to fire. If he maintains melee range, that Kurultai cannot redeploy. Spring Gold's firing shops there. You got another Spring Gold replacement. It's a good heal health regen there. Now I do got a line outpost from plotted field as well as another forward traction trebuchet. What's the difference between traction trebuchet and counterweight trebuchet? Traction trebuchets do have higher rate of fire in order to as their unique capability. So they're just straight up better than regular trebuchets. But in real life, I feel like counterweight trebuchets are better than traction trebuchets. Counterweight trebuchets. Traction trebuchets, what they are is they are people who pull the lever to launch the, rocks, while counterweight trebuchet just relies its own counterweight to launch rocks. Pink's army's having a bit of trouble there. The higher amount of heavy armor for Yellow is being a bit problematic. Archer's trying to fire away against the archers. Very good micro there by Pink. Pink's now pulling out some more spearmen as well. I think some of them are being put out with stone. And Pink's frontline army is starting to go on down. Having trouble breaking through the front line of his opponent's horsemen, though most of them are down. But we've got more reinforcements streaming on in. Yellow could perhaps take time to pull out some Mega Die now. Coral Tie's now receiving some fire as well. You know, the Coral Tie says it does actually apply to siege units as well, so it's actually a good item to go off Vero Mangonels and Traction Trebuchets. Battering rams so choose, but it's unlikely going to get through battering rams. Does get packed on up, being redeployed on out. And does not stop it right there. And, ooh, the Sacred Site Victory has 3 minutes remaining, though it shouldn't be too hard to decapture. Fast garrison these villagers inside the town center. This is not, or it is the primary town center. Coral Tie has now received quite a bit of abuse now. And now it's going to take time to torch down the Coral Tie of his Lancers. Does go out Magadite or Mangonel there. Spearman getting some good hits there on these Lancers. Got a lot of exposed villagers here. You may want to pull back the entire wood line. Does roll a miss there on the archers. Now Pink's Mangonel is getting overwhelmed. And Pink does back to the game now. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching and on to the next replay.